What can you sort of say about the performance that you guys put together here, just given the way you had been building and the results weren't coming, but it really felt that, especially in that second period, the tide really seemed to turn for you guys?
Yeah, obviously when it goes your way and we're playing good hockey and you see the shot total, we put a lot of pucks on their net and kept a lot of our zone. So pretty much when they start to go in and you get the lead, you play with it. And, we hang on to it there with a good third and just finish off the game strong. And it feels good, to get the win sign going again and just having a good time. So it's a good feeling for us.
What does it tell you about the structure that you guys are playing with and what you can accomplish there?
I think just obviously learning from it every day. We believe a handful of games coming in, and these last few we wanted to get on the win side of it, and obviously it didn't happen for us. But keep on building on our structure, the way that we play, and obviously tonight, just with terms with fight there, laser going down, we adapted to that, and I think we just did a really good job.
Doesn't it feel like a weight lifted to get the win at home and to see the puck fall as much as it did this go around?
Yeah, you can't complain obviously when you win a hockey game on the road or at home, but obviously with the few OT ones and finally get this one, play a good solid 60 minutes and come away with 2 points here for us as a group and start off, have a travel day tomorrow and get on the road trip. It's definitely a good feeling for us for that.
This win at home and as you go to the West Coast.
Very important. We need to be better at home. That's self-explanatory, but I thought we did a really good job, and we played well. We did well systematic-wise, and so that ultimately is going to launch us into the road trip, and we've been pretty good on the road for whatever reason, so we've got to keep that up.
What impressed you about the all-around game as far as limiting their opportunities?
I thought we did great. I think breakouts were clean, which obviously we're spending less time in our D zone, and the things we worked on today in the past couple of days, just certain O-zone plays that make us sustain pressure, like I said before. Once we do that, it makes it a lot easier for us to not play defense because we're in the O-zone.
And finally, like the way guys get rewarded to go into the net and find ways to get.
Yeah, that's always nice just to get a greasy one like that. So, obviously we have a lot of guys that aren't afraid to go to the net. So, ultimately that's going to reward you.
What was the talk after the first period? You guys had 16 shots. They played really well, but we were down 1-0.
Happens. Stick to our game. There's a lot of times in the season where maybe at the start of the season guys are getting irritated. It's a new start for a lot of people, and you just got to realize we're 10, 11 games in, so we're okay. We're a good team. Obviously, everybody knows that. So stick to our game, and whether we've emphasized whether we're winning or losing, just to play the same way. Kind of stay calm. We're all right.
We pushed them they started good, but then after that I thought we pushed them back and. Our second period was, probably one of the better ones we had, and this is, the standard we want to set, especially at home and in front of home fans. So it's an important 2 points, and it's nice to see the fans happy and cheering.
It had to be good from your advantage point in that second period to see the way the team passed the puck in front of you.
Yeah, for sure. It was, like I said, it was a great period, and it was a good feeling to get the win, and now we go on the road and. Big road trip, and then ready to go right back at it.
So what does this tell you about the group that you guys have been building here with these performances? The results haven't been coming, but when you guys play at your best and have that level of concentration, these are the types of results you can have.
Yeah, sticking to a process. We haven't had too much time to really practice with Prague and everything else, and the schedule's been pretty crazy. But we learn every day. We come to the rink. We and he expects us to be at our best, and tonight we were pretty good. There's probably a few things we want to clean up overall, but we're at the end of the game and just trying to get on and yeah.
On that, I think it was your first goal with Bratter. Did you call for that puck? How did that sort of all play out? Because his patience there was something to get you that puck in front of the net.
The power play one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's kind of one of my good assets is being able to just kind of get open, get pucks back, and try to take them to the net. And that's kind of where I like to hang out. And he take a lot of pucks off the place everywhere, face everywhere. Bratter made a great play. As soon as he saw his stick flip, I was open. Just trying to gain some momentum and try to get into some good ice. And didn't always go in. Tonight they did. So. Take it when you can.
One of the things that Sheldon was talking about this morning was really making sure that everyone is focused on what is happening in the game at all times. Thanks. At all times. Do you feel that that's really starting to happen to this group right now? Is the awareness of where you guys are at in every game?
Yeah, situation awareness.
Yeah.
He's he definitely preaches that, and that's something that we got to learn. And you learn over time. You learn by winning. You learn being in certain situations, and not every time it's going to go exactly the way you want it. But it's what you take out of that situation and take out of that game. And tonight's a great example. We're up. What was it, 4-1 going into the third period, and we expected them to not to just keel over and make a little bit of a push, and we were able to get one. Probably wasn't our best start in the third, but Nico's able to get one and kind of settle things back down, and just maintaining it over and over and over again. I think we sat back maybe a little too much, but like I said, it's the end of the game, and yeah.
How important for this team's confidence to get this win at home as you now go west?
Yeah, it's huge. Honestly, we played some decent hockey. There's a couple games, obviously, we didn't play, our best in defensively, but we still scored 5, 6, 7 goals. Which, if you score that many goals in this league, you should win, right? So, learning from that and learning how to play defense and kind of just honing our confidence on that is huge. And then a team like Anaheim, who playing on a back-to-back, have a chance, and we're fresh, we're ready, we're eager to go. And first period. We let in one, but then we didn't break. We kept doing it. I mean, shots were 17-4, 5, 6, something like that, right off the hop, and playing good hockey and sticking with the process, and just learning that it's going to be okay, and and we're good enough to make plays and score a bunch of goals. So.
Is that the thing you want to build on as you go west, control the puck and limit the other team? It looked like today you were passing at an elite level.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think they were pretty gassed too. We wore them out pretty good off the hop, and take what they give you. I think we've been playing a lot of man-on-man teams that we have too much skill in this room. It's actually pretty impressive to watch, but kind of like what Amanda said, it's situational awareness. When to put the puck in, when to hound it, when to be strong on the puck, and then your plays kind of develop from there. So I'd probably say that's what we're taking out of it.
You and Cotter have been on the same line for most of this season so far. You guys, the results are there, at least points-wise. It's 3 goals tonight. What's your take on the chemistry that you two have?
Yeah, Kotz is a great little player. He's got a lot of skill. Very hard on himself, which I appreciate because I am as well. And now I get to be almost like a big brother to him a little bit and try to calm him down at times, and he does the same thing with me. So feeding off each other's energy, feeding off everything, and he's so strong and so fast, and getting him just to learn again situational awareness is great. And, that's a great topic for tonight, and getting him to play below the goal line, use his speed, use his skill, and he's a big boy too. I mean, he's pretty thick, so yeah.
So that power play when you're catching it, facing away, and doing that spinorama shot, is that something that's come natural to you, or is it something you had to work on over time? Because it seemed pretty smooth for you.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't look that easy. Tonight, and just that one was kind of buttery. But no, it's something I work on every day. You can ask a lot of people here. I spend a lot of time in front of the net trying to tip pucks, work on my game down low, and everything else. My game is not pretty like some of these other guys. It's a little more nitty gritty, and if you can hone in one really good skill in this league, it's being around the net. And you see a guy like Joe Pavelski for 15 years, just being so good, and all his skill as well, but having that really gift at being able to tip pucks and have a knack for scoring and stuff, and I take a lot of pride in it, in being able to do that. And tonight was one that I was able to score.
How good was it to see a consistent effort in the way your team passed the puck tonight?
It was good. It was good. I thought it took us a few minutes to get going in the game early, but we talked about it being a process throughout, and trusted if we stayed with it, take some time. I mean, just watched them play last night. It took to the third period for the Rangers to break through and get going. It was a tight game, but you just got to trust it and stay with it. And we did that well enough in the second that we were able to break them down a little bit.
How important is it to get this win at home as you go west, just the way you played tonight?
Yeah, it was important. We want to, of course, leave. We're not happy with our results in this building in particular. So, going away, and it's going to be a tough road trip for us. We want to make sure we get the points here and leave feeling good.
Sheldon, we talked this morning about situational awareness and just talking to Steph Noesen in the locker room, talking about that third period in particular, just sticking with it, keep going, not taking your foot off the gas. Are you seeing a little bit more of that from your team tonight in terms of that awareness?
I hated our third period.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but I would say, I would say for the first, other than the first few minutes of the first period, I thought from then till really the end of the second, there was a lot of really good things there that put us in the position to win the game. Third period's tough. It's tough mentally. We've played a lot of hockey as we've discussed, and we haven't really had a period like that where you're just kind of, they come around every now and again. And you want the clock to move as fast as you can and get out of here. It was one of those periods for us in the third, as much as we talked about, hey, let's have a really good process. Let's be smart about our game here. I didn't like our third, but it's especially with 11 forwards and the way I'm managing the bench in that period it makes it a lot harder for our guys to play the way we really want them to. But I thought, to your question and your point, that there was enough good things that certainly put us in control of the game, both territorially and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess I was going to say like the bend not break kind of mentality, right, of that third period. And then just you mentioned going down to 11 forwards. Is Curtis okay? Do you have an update on how he's doing?
He's going to miss some time. The extent of it, we're not sure at this point. So he'll get evaluated tomorrow, and we'll know more then.
Thank you.
How important has the Cotter and Noesen line, their consistency been throughout the season?
Yeah, very important. Both guys have scored big goals for us. They give us good minutes. You can trust them and put them against anyone. Of course, I put Holla, with those guys, and he's a really important piece of the line as well, with his playing the center ice position, taking face-offs, and doing all those things. That line's been good for us. I mean, all three guys. Cotter's moved up and down the lineup, and has helped each line that he's been on. He scored, obviously, and Holla does so much 5-on-5, power play, penalty kill. Noesen, same thing. So, yeah, it's good for those guys, to have a good night like this tonight.
Have you learned anything about the resiliency of your group throughout this past week?
That's one thing I wouldn't question about this team. For myself, I've been really impressed with their commitment level from day one of training camp. I really even take it back further to the off season, how they arrived and coming in early, and even when it hasn't gone well for our team and we haven't been happy with how we've performed, they've come in the next day and they've worked and they've been accountable to it, and they're saying the right things and putting in the work on the days between games, whether that's through video or just preparing themselves and taking care of their body. Like the buy-in and the spirit of the team has been really, really good. So I don't question the resiliency. This team wants to be really good, and they have given us a lot as a coaching staff from day one at training camp, and the demands of the schedule and the travel abroad and all the things that we've been through. They've stuck with it, kept a good attitude throughout. So yeah, I certainly don't question their resolve as a group or their commitment level.
Coach, just your thoughts on your captain, who's now leading the NHL in goals after tonight.
It's just been tremendous. I mean, you love the fact that he's scoring the way that he is and getting rewarded, because for a guy like him that gives so much to the team, hard matchups, the face-offs, the penalty killing, the leadership responsibility and the burden that comes with being the captain and the leader, he takes on a lot. So you want to see a guy like him get rewarded. And yeah, he's feeling it. I've just been so impressed with him. Like we talked about it. I'm learning more and more about him every single day, and it's just been really good. In fact, even something the other night in the overtime game we had their I've already forgotten who we played the other night. That's what we're in for here. The Islanders, but he wasn't having a great night in the face-off circle. He was wanting to make sure I knew that, and and you maybe get somebody else take the face-off in overtime for him. I said, no, you're going to go win this one for us. And he went out, and if you watch that face-off back, he gave everything he had. Not only won the face-off, and then ripped one off the bar, and was that close to being the hero. So that's the kind of guy we have there, and I've really enjoyed working with him.
From training camp all the way till tonight, Tovasevic really seems to have become someone who you and your coaching staff trust night in, night out, big minutes, key assignments, penalty kill, even strength, and he chips in with a decent amount of points too. Just what have you seen out of him as the season has gone on so far?
Yeah, better than advertised. We knew we were getting a good depth defenseman that we thought had his better days ahead of him, best days ahead of him, and it was going to continue to grow his game. First of all, incredible guy, great teammate, comes to the rink, works hard every day. He's, really enjoys being a New Jersey Devil. That was very clear. He was happy to be here from the beginning. And then he got a great opportunity. The door was open there for him. He came in and, he was likely starting training camp as the 7th defenseman, and the injuries happened, the opportunity's there, and he's been tremendous from day one of camp through preseason all the way through. And anytime maybe he slipped a little bit or had a bad shift or something, he bounces right back and makes a great play, or defends and breaks up a play. And as you said, he's contributed on offense. So, yeah, just been a really, really important part of our team here, especially as we were shorthanded on defense and finding our way through that.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thanks.